So another thing that I wanted to ask you guys, and I think that is our last question, is what are some of the things that you would like to teach your child, right? What is that one thing that you would like to teach your kids, that no matter what life throws at them, no matter anything at all, like they'll always carry that with them, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'd like to hear from you. What is it that you would like to teach your kids? What is it that you would like for your kids to know and to hold on to say, if anything happens to them in life, they would always say, my mom said this, or my mom taught me this, and this is what I go with, you know? So yeah, I'm not going to ask anyone. Just please feel free.
You said one thing.
It doesn't necessarily have to be one thing, but like, yeah, those lessons you'd like to pass on to your child, whether one or two, or like if you have a lot, please, you know.
I think I would want my child to hold on to let me say my children, because when I say one child, it's like I'm limiting, and I don't want to have one child.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think I'd want my children to hold on to their identity. Right? That I want them to stay true to themselves and not be influenced otherwise. You know, because it's easy to pick an identity of a group and forget that you're an individual, right?
Yeah.
And so I want them to understand that your identity is your power, and you're going to need that power to fulfill your purpose, right? And your purpose is different from any other person. You are your only version. You're only you. There's no one like you. So I would want them to really stay true to themselves and not change otherwise. And also, I want my children to be able to adapt to change, right? I want them to be able to adapt to change, because change is inevitable, but as well, it's necessary, right?
Yes.
And you cannot run away from change. Change will locate you wherever you are, and it will force you to change the way you live your life, right? Change can come in any form. It can come as a result of, loss, crisis. It can come as a result of even as a result of failure, and as a result of chance. And just by chance, you can, change can locate you. Yeah. But I want my child to be able to adapt in every season of their life. There's this commercial that I started liking on TV, and it's from FNB about the changeables. And there's this girl I think it's a restaurant, and a man just comes and says that things are never going to change, and she starts talking about change and all. So there's something she said that I found really profound, and she said that I wrote it down. She says, changeables are adaptable problem solvers who do not need a corner office to start an empire. Right?
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I want my child to see change as an opportunity to grow and be better versions of themselves.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Ooh, so good.
Yes.
So good. So good.
Right.
Whoa, where do we go from here, guys?
I'm even asking myself, what more should I add after this? What more should I add after this? So good.
Wow.
Really good, actually.
Wow. I I got that part, man. I think I'm going to hold on to it. It's so easy to pick up an identity of a group and forget that you're an individual. Like, that is not just for our kids.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
for us.
As
That's
well.
true.
for everyone.
That is
Wow.
true.
And your identity is your power.
That is true.
Yeah.
Hey, Candy's too deep, guys.
Way to dip. Way to dip.
Wow.
I learned from you.
way to dip.
And like that is so important because I think we had a conversation like that at work to talk about like the influence of social media, how like sometimes you check what is happening on social media and you start questioning who you are, and you start looking down on yourself and things like that. But when you know who you are, like when you know who you are, there could be so much happening on social media, there could be so much happening in the world, and like the world could be telling you that this is what you are, and you fight back to say, no, that's not who I am, like I feel like there's nothing as powerful as knowing that this is me and I do things like this because this is who I am. I believe in this because this is who I am, and I'm not letting them go because wow, Kens, I like that. I really like that.
I really, really love that as well. For me, what I would really want to teach them is the ability to be able to be present, to be present each and every other single day. There are so many distractions. Like there are so many distractions. Such that if you're not aware of what's going around you, you will again start consuming what's going on around you. And again, it goes back to the issue of identity. So if you have the ability to be present where you are, it might be uncomfortable because sometimes you want to run away. Usually that's the instinct when you're uncomfortable. You don't want to deal with the issue. You don't want to talk about how things at work were just like taking an L and all of that. But the ability to be present makes you aware of everything that's going on. You have the power to control. You have the power of your reaction. You have the power to choose what words you're going to utter in that moment. So you need to be present. You need to be present. The ability to just be aware, oh, this is what's happening. Oh, how do I use this time, for example? Oh, okay, I have this project. How do I, and all of that, should I minimize my time of social media so that I can be present with my family? Because you would see that oftentimes, like you would work in a house and everyone is on their phone and no one is present. People are not having conversations. People are not getting to know each other. They probably hear that I got a job on social media and I find it problematic, but if we are able to be present and to be able to appreciate each and every single thing that we have the power to control what we can control and what we cannot, we just leave it like that. Honestly, I think we can make even better decisions when we are present, because we always talk about, for example, absent fathers. When we talk about that and the impact, or even absent mothers, not just limited to fathers, but just absent parents, right? You might have the gift of parents, like your mother and father, they're still alive, but they are absent in your life. And if you think about that feeling, how it makes you feel, it's the same thing that's what's happening when you are not present in your own life, when you are so consumed on, oh, what's happening with this person. If you're not present, chances are very high you are going to battle with things like, for example, like your anxiety, your comparison, your depression, because you are looking at other people, you are admiring whatever that they have. You don't know what it takes for them to be who they are or whatever they present to be on social media. You don't know, because you have taken away so much time and invested it in someone else or invested it in other things, right? And you just forgotten the idea of being present. So I think that will be number one, be present in your life, be present more than anything, be present in your life. The second thing I would say, gratitude. Perhaps it's because that's what my name means. I'm so big on gratitude. We need to learn to be grateful, we need really to be grateful for those little things. In your eyes, it might seem little, but if you are to think of other people who probably don't have the same resources as you are, probably like sitting outside, you would realize that you're actually blessed. You'd actually realize that, what, God is so faithful. I'm so grateful. So that's one thing I need to teach my children, that be grateful for everything. Even if it was the worst case scenario or whatever that happened, it could have been much worse than that. If you think about that, you would realize, you know what, I'm actually okay. I'm actually grateful that this happened, because each and every other single thing that happens right in our lives, it could be as a result of our decisions, it could be a result of other circumstances or other things, really, right? But the fact that you're grateful, it gives you a different perspective, which leads me to the third thing that I would want to teach my children, that I want you to have perspective that goes beyond to see, I need you to see the full bigger picture. I need you to have perspective of saying, okay, this happened. Stop asking, why me? Rather start asking, okay, how can I be better? How can I solve this? How can I use those resources that I have? Because perspective will make you use what you have, not focusing, oh, I no longer have that. Oh, I lost that. Oh, I lost that. No, that's not perspective. Perspective, it gives you the hindsight of wisdom that is beyond. That'll even tell you, like, you'll be so amazed when people tell you, I lost a lot of time, but you know what, I was just given a perspective to say, let me just work on A, B, C, D. And during that time, you're actually using your time wisely. And you're not entirely losing everything, but you're actually building something from what you have. So I think the gift of perspective is much more important, even especially when we are faced with challenges. Let's stop asking, why me? Let's rather start asking, how do I move on from this? How do I maneuver this? How do I use whatever that I have? So I think those are the three things: be present, be grateful, and ask for perspective at all times. Perspective is the best. It's like wisdom, and it's like levels. So those are the things I would teach to my children.
So Bongai, what you said about perspective and all these questions that we often ask, why me? Why do I have to go through this and that? And I mean, a lot of us are quite guilty of that. You ask, why me? Why do I have to go through that? Why do I have to be broke? Why do I have to why do I have to like? Why have to do that? Why do I have to, but you know what they say at church, why not you? You are capable enough, you're strong enough, So this book that I've been reading recently, it's titled Living in Color. And the woman said something in the book. She said, sometimes life throws challenges at you to see how much you appreciate life. So I kind of resonate or really agree with what you were saying, and also what you said about gratitude. It kind of gave me the next point, my own, next point. And I think I would like to teach my children how to love and forgive, love hard and forgive. And you cannot heal with hatred. You have to love to heal, and be able to forgive even if no one asks for forgiveness. That is freeing yourself, not them. So be able to forgive even though nobody asks you for forgiveness. Even though somebody wrongs you at that time, forgive them and love them. That's what I would like to teach my kids as well.
You guys are too deep, though.
No, Candy's deep, guys. Like,
oh my God, you guys are so deep.
The moment she starts speaking about forgiveness, and I'm just like, Lord, my heart.
So true, so true. I like, Bongai, something else that you said about gratitude, to say that, sometimes you realize, say, for example, when you see people on the road, or when you see like someone that doesn't have something that you have, that like you've not exactly been really grateful. And I'll speak for myself to say that sometimes we complain about certain things, to say, I don't have this, this happened to me, you know what I mean? But if you look at other people that are in worse situations than you, then you realize that you have so much to be grateful for, like you have so much to be grateful for. You have a family that you should be grateful for every day. You have friends. I'm grateful for you guys. You have clothes, man. You eat every day. Like you never, no matter how, I don't know, but no matter how broke I've been, there hasn't been a day where I slept without food. And so that's something to be grateful for. You talking about a book that you read. A lot of people can't even afford to buy a book, no matter how much they love to read, so that is something really important to teach our kids. And I think I'm also going to take that away to be part of the things that I'd really love to teach my kids, And funny, Candy talks about love, because that is also one of the things that I'd really love to teach my kids. Firstly, I'd love for them to learn or to know, no matter what, that they're loved. I'd love for my kids to know that, we may not have much, but we are loved. I don't want them to ever question or be doubtful about my love for them, no matter what they do in life, if no matter the mistakes they make in life, I want them to always know that there is a person that if we went to her and explained the troubles we found ourselves in or the troubles we caused ourselves, she would always embrace us. You know what I mean? I want them to never question my love for them. And, this, like for us, the fact that we never question the love of God, the love of Christ for us, I want my kids to have that confidence that my mom loves me. I don't want them to be afraid of telling me when they've messed up. I want them to understand that love will always cover them. If they've made a mistake, they should come to me boldly to say, you know what, I am sorry, but this is what I've done, and please forgive me. And know that before I tell them, oh, you did this, you shouldn't have done that, la 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 la, I will always look at them through the eyes of love first, So that's what I'd love for my kids to know. And another thing that I'd love for my kids to always know is for them to know that their dreams are valid, and I want them to dream big. I want them to dream as big as they could. I want to raise women and men that are not afraid to dream, and I want them to never think that there are particular dreams that are for particular people. I want them to learn that there is no such thing as there is a white person career. I want them to never think that there is a white person vacation. You get what I mean? There is a white person's type of life, or there is a rich person's type of life. I want them to aspire for whatever it is. If you see it and you think that you like it and you want it, and you want it for yourself, dream it and work towards it. I don't want them to look at whatever situation at home to say, because I come from this type of background, then I can't reach this. I want them to know that, anything they want, they can reach if they work towards it. If you don't acquire it, that's okay. Dream about something else. But your dreams should never be limited by where you come from, or the type of family you came from, or the location where you were born, or your skin color. You get what I mean? Or the type of money we have or do not have. You should just close your eyes and dream it, and start working towards it. Particular dreams are not made for particular people. It's made for everyone, So that's what I want my kids to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to add one more, this one is very important. I don't even know how I forgot about this, but anyway, it's never too late. Perhaps I was just saving the last for the best, right?
Of course.
So one of the things I really, really want to teach my children is to tell them and remind them that I'm going to be here. I'm just going to be here. And I want them to know that they can run to me because I'm here for them. When I say be present, when I say be gratitude, I want to do that with you. When I say perspective, I want to do that with you. So I want to tell them that I'm here. I'm here. I want to avail fully myself to them, so that I can know, I can pick up things, so that I can see okay, something is amiss today and all of that, because I am here. So yeah, I really want to let them know and remind them each and every single day that I'm here. I'm just here, present.
I think what you just said about, I'm here, for me, speaks more of communication in a relationship,
Yeah.
And when I say communication, I'm not saying one-sided talking and one listening. I'm talking about sending and receiving. being there, listening to, their own opinion on different things. Throw a question, ask simple questions. Oh, what do you think about this person? Okay, you have a new friend. Oh, what do you guys do? Just simple things. Be there, because I think most of our parents kind of would always talk and not listen, and so I think it's up to us to change that. Listen more, and not only want to be heard, so yeah.
Wow, I like that. And there's something else that Bongai said, and I how dare you say that in passing, just like that. Like she said, I want to do it with you. Like, wow, of course I want to do it with you. Like, how many of us wish our parents did certain things with us? You know what I mean? Like, how many of us wish I didn't have to go through that by myself? You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I like that. I want to do it with you. If you are like, I want to feel like, I want my kids to feel like if they going through something at school, my mom is walking through it with me. If they are going through something in their own personal life regarding anything, friendships, regarding relationships, regarding, like a career choice, or regarding financial issues or anything like that, I want them to feel like I'm walking that journey with them. And that's why I'm like, why would you just say that like that? You said it and you like left it and moved on.
You
don't understand how important that is. Like, I want you to know that I'm here and I'm walking with you every step of the way. Of course, I may not always be there because of circumstances, but I never want you to forget that if I was there, this, like, we would walk through it together. We would hold hands and walk through it. You know what I mean? Like, I want my kids to look at me and be like, that's my best friend. Like,
be a safe place. Be a safe place for the child.
Definitely.
Because honestly, we never really, I'm sorry. We never really got that, but it's true, especially us who are firstborns, you never got that. You had to grow up quickly. You had to grow up quickly. And you had to give up.
You had to do it first.
Place. Give up your place for, the next child, and you had to like become your own guardian. And then you have to like become your own parent and help yourself, listen to yourself, communicate to yourself.
Very fresh, honey.
So yeah, but I feel I'm really confident that we like this generation kind of knows better. We know better, and I feel like we're gonna do better.
We know the things that we didn't get, that we hoped for.
And like, if you look at our parents as well, as much as we are growing, they are also growing. As much as we are growing and we're trying to understand why they thought that way and why they should adapt to this new thinking. They are also trying to understand, why don't you understand how we used to do things, and why should I adapt? So I think we'll do better. I really am confident, and the next generation will also be better as well.
Definitely. Yeah. And on that note, may we be the best moms to our kids.
Amen to that.
Everything else that you craved for with your mom, may you get it. May you give it to your child. And so, guys, thank you so much for doing this with me after all the challenges that we went through today.
Yeah.
Thank you
Hey.
so much. I really appreciate it. Oh my God. Yeah, if it was someone else, they would have probably been upset and we would have stopped recording, but I'm so grateful. And yeah, thank you guys. And to everyone that is watching, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we love you. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.